So we're on the way to the hospital. So didn't go into labor, so they're planning on popping in the balloon to help push the dilation further, I suppose. So whether they do that and then tomorrow break my waters and hook me up to the drip, or if I go into labor tomorrow after they break my waters, maybe they'll just break them tonight. Won't really know until we get there, but we have everything packed. We're pretty organized. I am glad I don't have to do the drive to the hospital in pain, because we do live 45 minutes away from the hospital, so that is a bonus. But once I go and check in, hopefully I'm assuming they will probably do some sort of exam and see where my dilation's at and then make a call from there. So fingers crossed I'm just super dilated and I'm just going to pop this baby out when I get there without contractions or pain. That would be amazing, but we'll see. You excited?
Just a little bit.
Are you nervous?
How could I be nervous? I'll bet you as my wife.
Show us your shirt.
This little number here. That'd be 2021.
We ready?
Be ready. Ready, girl. Come on.
All right, we are at the hospital. They're monitoring for 20 minutes, I think she said, and then she's going to have a look, see how dilated I am, see if we need the balloon. If we need the balloon, going into a different room to put me in some stirrups to pop it in. So we'll see once she gets back what the game plan is. All right, so we're still only 1.5 centimeters dilated. I like how I say we. So we're getting the balloon popped in, so they're going to go set up the room and then go in, pop the balloon in, and then that'll be in overnight, and then tomorrow breaking my waters, and then if labor doesn't come on, hooking me up to the drip. Balloons in, have contractions every between 3 and 10 minutes, but I've just had a nice little gap, so that's been good. They hurt a little bit more than I was expecting, but just breathing through them. I've got a ball here. They said once I get to about 4 centimeters, the balloon part should drop out. So it's literally like attached to the side of my leg. You can see that. Real attractive. Yeah, so Tommy's still here at the moment. We're just waiting to see what sort of happens with these contractions, but otherwise he's going to head home and then come back tomorrow once they're breaking my waters and doing all of that, unless this really kicks off. But yeah, just breathing through them at the moment. So it started to, I don't know if they're getting a little bit better or I'm just mentally a bit more prepared for them. But I've sent Tommy home to get some sleep. They're really random timings, so yeah, but they're between, say, 6 and 20 minutes apart now. So I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I don't know how successful it's gonna be. I've literally got like heat packs sitting in my underwear and it is amazing. But yeah, I'm hoping I get some sleep. I actually had a pretty good night's sleep. The contractions eased off once I laid down and really relaxed, and I got up a few times to pee, but other than that, I had a pretty solid 6 hours sleep. So I wouldn't use the word fresh, but definitely better than what I was expecting to feel today. So I'm waiting. I haven't got my watch on. I'm waiting. I think I can order breakfast in about half an hour. So I'm going to order an omelette and then I'm going to get a coffee. And then they're going to take me down to the birthing ward at 7:30. So it's like 6 a.m.-ish now. Oh God. And then they're going to break my waters. I'm gonna have a chat to them to see if I can bring on labor by myself. I'm a little bit nervous, especially after last night's contractions. They hurt, which is, I guess, a given. Like, we know contractions hurt, but yeah, it did hurt. But right now, my pelvic pain is so much less. I honestly have no words for how much less pain I'm in right now than what I've been in the last month. So it's like it's vanished overnight, which I'm pretty stoked about. But I brought my own pillow. Best advice ever. Some girls just said bring your own pillow. Brilliant. I slept so much better having my own pillow. So, God. Tommy's going to be back up here shortly. And then once I know what they are doing and when things are going to be really kicking off, Beck, who's my other birthing buddy, she's going to pop up as well and be there. So, yeah. I'm nervous and can't believe that by the end of today I'm gonna have a little baby. I love you.
Love you too.
So this is what it looks like full because it just fell out. So we're still waiting for the birthing suite. So we are doing some stairs. We made it to the birthing suite.
We did.
We're here.
Let's have a baby.
Let's have a baby. So there's gardens out there. And then I've got a tub. If I don't get the oxytocin drip, I can get in there, which I'm keen for. So next step is they're going to break waters, and then, yeah, if labour doesn't start with the drip. Tommy asked if I wanted a bath bomb. Bless him. I can't. But I like where his head's at.
I was excited.
He's very excited. He literally went for a drive, and as soon as he left and went for a drive, they came and got me to bring me down. I was like, oh, of course. But
I got pretty far.
you got like half an hour away, but yeah, got back. So yeah, just doing a bit of monitoring, and then yeah, see where the dilation's at and break the waters. All right, so waters have been broken. It hurt less in the balloon, but it was still unpleasant. There wasn't a lot of waters that came out, but I already knew that from the stretch and sweep. They said there wasn't going to be a lot of water there, so they've popped a monitor. I am wearing underwear. They popped a monitor on Bub's head, so I'm mobile around the room. So the plan is now to try and bring on labour in the next 2 hours. Otherwise we get the drip. So doing some bouncing, some swaying, some meditation music. What are you doing, love? What are you getting at? Oh, we need to put those in the freezer. We've got goodies. So we've got the TENS machine there ready to roll. Oh, we bought the massage gun. Yes, come put that on my back. Fully charged. Okay, yes, I'm down for that. We're gonna put that on my back. That's what we're gonna do. You ready?
Ready.
So we have fairy lights that the team popping up. So we'll see what they look like.
Feel the energy starting to come back to your hands and fingers, your feet beginning to move a little. And when you're ready, coming back to the present and gently opening your eyes. Mentally alert, physically energized and spiritually calm. Feeling joy, confidence and peace as you prepare for your beautiful, calm birth.
All right, so the birth went completely different to what I initially had planned. So I didn't want an epi, I didn't want morphine, Didn't want vacuum or forceps, so that was the plan. But it went a little bit differently. So from when they broke my waters at 2:30, I went into labor on my own, which is great. The contractions hurt, and like, I know that goes without saying, but it honestly did hurt a lot more than I was expecting. So I ended up in the bath, and then I started vomiting from the pain. So then I was vomiting in between my contractions in the bath, which was gross. And that went on for about 6 hours ish. And then they got me to get out of the bath to do an exam, and I was only 5 centimeters dilated, which was really disheartening, to be honest. I felt like we were nearly there, and we clearly were not. So I ended up opting for an epi, which was amazing. I could still feel my legs, so I just got them to do the lowest dose because I said that I did have the phobia of not being able to feel my limbs. So we did the lowest dose, and then it wore off down one side. So I was getting a lot of pain in my back and through my, right hip. And then when they did an exam, she'd actually flipped posterior, which is why I was getting so much back pain. So then we did a lot of different positioning exercises to try and rotate her back, which we managed to be able to do. And then while we were doing that, the epi sort of worked on both sides, which was great. And they hooked me up to the oxy drip at about 10:30 because I was having 5 contractions every 10 minutes, but the midwife said she wanted them to go for a bit longer. So they put me on a low dose of the oxytocin drip. And then they checked me again at midnight, and I was 10 centimeters dilated. So they left me chill for an hour. And then I was pushing from 1 till 2 for about an hour. So the pushing, I thought that would be the worst part. But look, I had the epi, so I had to feel my stomach for the contractions because I didn't have a lot of sensation downstairs, which thankfully. And I had this big bar, like a big square bar up over the bed with my legs up on, and then I was pretty much doing tug of war with a towel with the midwife to really bear down to sort of push her out. And they were sort of saying, like, imagine you're trying to do a poop, whereas for me, that was the same breathing techniques I use when I deadlift. So that I was thinking about deadlifting, which worked really well. And then her head got stuck in my pelvis. And because her heart rate was dropping a little bit, the obstetrician said he wanted to pop the vacuum on her to help pull her out, which I was a bit nervous that it meant I'd have to get an episiotomy, but he said that that's not the case. So we did the vacuum, and then within, I reckon, 3 rounds of pushing, she was out and in my arms. The vacuum, it was a lot. I was worried he was going to pull her head off. Like, it feels very forceful. And it felt like I was birthing a bowling ball. She was bigger than I expected. I thought she'd be like 7 pounds something, but she was about 4 kilo, just under 4 kilo. Yeah, and I tore, I got 2 second-degree tears. So one down and then one sort of like up. And I felt the one up when I was birthing. It felt like she was splitting my clit in 2, which I was sort of thinking about thinking sex life's ruined. But yeah, still sore. Obviously I've got a fair few stitches, so that's sort of the unpleasant part at the moment, is the stitches and getting up and down. There's a lot more post-bleeding than I was expecting too. Like, I knew you bled for a little bit, but I thought it would be just like a normal period. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely a lot heavier, but it is starting to ease now. So today's Thursday, and she was born Tuesday morning at 2:22 in the morning, which apparently means new beginnings. So she's a little Pisces. But so far so good. She's latching really well, feeding really well, sleeping really well. Yeah, the nurses and midwives have been so incredible. I definitely came to the hospital quite nervous. I'd never even changed a nappy before, but I am feeling really confident going home. But I've got my mum staying with me for a month anyway. I had Tommy and then my friend Beck in the birthing with me, and they were both incredible. So they set up the fairy lights, they had the music, I had my essential oils I was smelling, I had my snacks, and then they were so encouraging. So yeah, I feel like they made a huge difference as well on the birthing experience. There was definitely the moments though where I was like, I can't do this. And then I'm thinking like, Christ, how do all of these women do this? Because it was really had to dig deep. Like that was the most painful thing I've experienced. And everyone says, you know, like it'll be worth it. And in the moment I was thinking, it's not, this is not worth it. But now they get to hold her and love her, it's worth it. So yeah, I don't know if Tommy or Beck got much video footage of the birth. I was keeping them very occupied. But I'll pop in what they did get. And yeah, thanks for tuning in and sort of following through this pregnancy journey with me. It has been a journey. Yeah, thanks for being a part of it.